it's interesting to me because in Standard, it's all about the flavor of the set. Like Thragtusk. Thragtusk is the flavor of this entire Standard set, and with EDH, it's not necessarily that. There's staples. There's cards that everyone plays, but there's nothing that sets the whole format. Like Thragtusk.
Well, I actually started Magic at the end of World Wake, beginning of Rise of Eldrazi. And I mean, I was like trying to get into Standard at first, and then I notice people playing or Magic with bigger decks, and I talked to the store owner about it, and he mentioned it was EDH, and I'm like, that looks interesting. And I looked up rules and went from there.
A friend of mine that no longer even plays Magic was like, guys, you got to play this format, it's awesome. And I didn't want to play, it was stupid, I loved Standard, and I was like, but he pestered us so much that finally I was like, okay, I'll play. And I built like the crappiest white weenie Isamaru deck ever, but now I play and I love it.
I don't know, it's just so different from any other format, and I really like that. Like, you can just do whatever you want. EDH isn't as competitive, so it's easy to do what you want. Like, in competitive formats, you can't play like a casual deck. You'll just get slaughtered and it won't feel very good.
Different format to play, lots of people playing it. That's the main thing, and only one of everything was kind of cool. Yeah, that's lots of fun, especially running the ideas behind, other people and coming together, collaborating on a deck. That's always fun.
If you're planning on winning an EDH competition, you have to play a combo deck. You just have to, because other people are for sure, and it's just not going to be. It's going to happen. So you might as well go there being prepared.
Playing pods, you get to see that people come from different places. You got the ones who come from the super cutthroat areas, and then the ones who come from the super casual areas. And sometimes you just don't mix well.
I personally don't like mass land destruction. But I'm a hypocrite because I will brutalize or Exarch Deadeye Navigator your lands away. Because you still have your lands. They're just not here anymore. But I honestly don't like mass land destruction. And I only do the Brutalizer combo in certain situations. I've only done it once. And it was against a mono-blue Tribal Wizards deck. He did not need those lands. He did not need Cage Sun in blue deck. But overall, no, I don't like mass land destruction. Like one or two, blowing up a Cabal Coffers or an Urborg or, an Emeria, the key lands, that's perfectly fine. That's perfectly reasonable. You're stopping combos. But I'm going to blow up all your lands. No.
Effectively, number one is taking infinite turns. I mean, some people use it as say it's their win con, but you actually got to kill people in your infinite turns. And I mean, you can take multiple turns in a row, but even that can feel like infinite. Like in our same play group, we have a guy that plays Garzazol and uses basically mono blue splashing red and black. And he has like increasing vengeance, time stretch, temporal mastery, all that stuff. And basically it's Grixis control that can take a lot of turns in a row and kill it just in general.
You have to know what the people around you are playing. If the people around you want to play a nice casual game of EDH and you bring the big guns to the table, that's a no-no. I mean, you have to play the kind of game that everyone else is expecting. If we're playing budget decks or casual decks, I'm not going to whip out John. And if I do, I'm not going to sit there and goldfish and see how fast I can assemble my survival combo. I mean, I think anything's okay, but you have to play with people who are okay with it. If you're sitting there goldfishing and you're the only one having a good time, then for most people, that's not what EDH is about.
Commander is a really fun format, and I wish more people would get into it. A lot of people I know a lot of people that don't like it, and it's fun. Like it takes more skill than luck, which in my opinion, Standard is more luck than skill in some situations. And of course, skill's always been a part of it, but I just like EDH more. It's more of a challenge, and you see more diversity. You have a lot more to work with.
It's a lot of fun. It's just, you got to find the right group. It can be as casual as you want it, as competitive as you want it, but it has to have the right mix. If you have a group you don't like playing with, then it's going to be, it's just how it is, you know. You got to. It's like any other format, like playing a kitchen table format. I'm going to sit down with my friends, have some fun.
I really like Commander because you can do anything you want, but there are people that make ridiculous decks, like for the competitive level, when I don't really think it's meant to be a competitive format. Like combo decks, I mean, they exist, and of course people are going to play them at tournaments. But my favorite side of EDH is where everybody just gets homebrewed decks that they like to play and just plays.
One thing I could say, if you think you can't get into it, it really is actually easy to get into. You don't even need to put the money like you would for like Standard, Legacy, any other format. I mean, just pick a general you like or a legendary creature you like, and then build around him or just build around those colors.
I don't know, it's really the only format I enjoy anymore. I feel like there's a lot more self-expression, and not to mention the cards are a little bit harder to find anyway. It's not the standard cards that are normally good. So for me, being able to find foils or foreign cards and finding that perfect combination of 99 cards that just is what the deck that you have in your brain and putting it into a deck box onto the table. It's a challenge, and it's a lot of fun for me.